Dale Earnhardt, forever remembered as the Intimidator, remains one of the most celebrated drivers in NASCAR history. His fearless attitude and aggressive racing style making him a legend of the track, but his story ended in tragedy on February 18, 2001, during the final lap of the Daytona 500, when a crash witnessed by millions both in the stands and on television claimed his life instantly, shocking the sports world and changing racing forever. And even now, more than 2 decades later, disturbing new details have surfaced about what really happened that day. Details that not only reveal the factors that contributed to his death, but also raise the haunting possibility that it could have been prevented. At first glance, Earnhardt's crash seemed almost routine, the kind of wreck NASCAR fans had seen countless times before, and many assumed he would emerge unscathed, as he had so often in his storied career. But when his car slammed into the wall at nearly 160 miles per hour, the force of the impact was devastating. And though early reports called it a freak accident, investigators, safety experts, and fellow drivers have since revealed otherwise, with the autopsy confirming a basilar skull fracture so severe that survival would have been impossible, an injury that was already familiar to the racing world, as several other drivers had been killed in eerily similar circumstances in the months leading up to Earnhardt's crash. And yet, despite repeated warnings, NASCAR had resisted implementing mandatory head and neck restraint systems such as the Hans device, equipment that could have prevented his fatal injury, because both the organization and some drivers, including Dale himself, dismissed it as too restrictive, with testimony later revealing that Earnhardt believed he didn't need such a device, a decision that many now argue cost him his life. And what makes these revelations even more unsettling are claims that NASCAR itself ignored the warning signs, prioritizing the thrill of the sport and the spectacle demanded by fans over reforms that could have ensured driver safety, a choice that left many to wonder whether the governing body put entertainment ahead of lives. In the aftermath of the crash, NASCAR was finally forced to act, implementing sweeping safety reforms within months that included mandatory head and neck restraints, redesigned seats, softer barriers, and improved helmets, measures that have since saved countless lives and fundamentally changed the sport. But the tragic truth remains that Earnhardt's death may have been preventable, and while his passing became the catalyst for a safer NASCAR, fans and experts alike still wrestle with the painful question of whether he had to die for those changes to occur. Because his final moments stand as both a reminder of racing's inherent risks and a lesson in the terrible cost of ignoring safety until it is too late. And though Dale Earnhardt's legacy will forever be larger than life, the disturbing details of his final crash continue to cast a shadow over NASCAR, leaving behind the sobering reminder that legends, no matter how great, are not invincible.